Hello and welcome to Rawr Reviews. Beside me today are my fellow editors and writers Claire Whitley, Bradley Burgess, and Aaliyah Erickson. Today we're going to be looking at Clint Eastwood's film American Sniper, which is based off the book of the same name. The film stars Bradley Cooper as the title character, U.S. Navy SEAL Chris Kyle.
Yeah, she's got a grenade. She's got an RKG Russian grenade. You saying to the kid?
You say a woman and a kid?
You got eyes on this? Can you confirm?
Negative. Your call.
They fry you if you're wrong.
The film itself is an incredible film, and surprisingly there isn't much to say about it, mostly because it really does leave you stunned at the end. When we attended the movie, we were in a crowded theater, all the seats had been sold out. When the credits hit, you pretty much heard no sound in the theater. It was the most silent exit from a theater that I've ever been in, but the film itself was an enjoyable experience. I would give it an 8 out of 10.
I'm gonna probably dissent a little bit. I kind of thought this movie was, again, I think it was a good movie, like on its own. Well, great filmmaking. Bradley Cooper was great. There were some like really good, visceral, gut-wrenching scenes in this movie. But honestly, when I walked out of the theater, even with like the stunned silence of the crowd, I was just like, that was okay. I don't know. I think as a movie, there were a couple like pacing problems I had with it. It's one of those movies where like there's one thing about the movie that has to work, or else the whole movie just completely falls apart. And I think that was absolutely Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper works in this movie, don't get me wrong, and he was really good in this movie, but I don't think that elevated the movie completely for me. I think it was a great performance, but as a whole, the movie was just sort of serviceable, and I don't know, it could have been better. So I'm going to give it a very generous 7 out of 10.
I have some views about this movie that I have to separate for the sake of this review. That being said, it is a fantastic movie. I think Clint Eastwood did a really phenomenal job separating some of the things from the book that have become really controversial over the last couple of weeks. And Bradley Cooper was a really good Chris Kyle. So I have to give it about a 7 out of 10.
Overall, I did enjoy the movie. I think they did a good job of interspersing Chris's experiences with the war and kind of with his family, and kind of giving him a broad characterization, you know, as a person who ultimately well-meaning that came back affected by the war. And I think that kind of helps set it apart from other war movies, is that it's well edited and it's based on somebody that actually went to war versus what filmmakers kind of think war is like. The problem I kind of have with it is a lot of the actual events, like for example in the opening scene, Chris Kyle, his first sniping kill when he's out in the field involves a kid who basically he has to decide, one, does the kid have a weapon, or two, does he have to have is he going to shoot him if it turns out he has a weapon? And ultimately he does end up shooting him, and that never happened in real life. So I just kind of feel like if you're going to make a film based off a real person, that you should honestly, you know, go through and try to tell your story to the best of your ability. That being said, I did enjoy the movie, even though I was a little mad when I found out some parts were fictional, so I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
I'm ready.
Oh my God!
I'm ready to come home.